Hello guys, you're welcome back to my channel. If you're stopping by for the first time, you're highly welcome. My name is Kalista Adumeke, a professional makeup artist and a YouTuber based in Lagos, Nigeria. So in this video, I'll be teaching you how to blend in your eyeshadow properly and draw your brows well. So let's go into the video. Okay, we are back into the video, guys. So I'm starting off with the Banana eyeshadow primer as an eyeshadow base on an eyelid, and I'm blending it in properly. You see the way I already smelled it on the back of my palm, so it's very easy for me to blend in on her eyelid. So that's exactly what I'm doing. So one of the tip on achieving a very flawless matte eyeshadow is blending in your eyeshadow primer very well on the eyelid. That is one. Noted. Write it down. Thank you. So then after that, I will be starting off with my first transition shade with the same powder. You remember if you watch my previous video, remember I did a powder contour. I didn't do a cream contour. So this is a powdery contour. So this was the same shade of powder I used for my contour. And you see, I am blending in the inner corner of her eyes. You understand, like a continuation, so that there's no gap, there's no difference in the shade. So start off with the same shade you use for your nose contour. That is why your nose contour, the shade you use for your nose contour should just be one shade darker than the skin, so that if the difference is not that far. So going into the eyeshadow, I am using this Morphe eyeshadow palette. And that particular brown I just showed you guys. So one thing again in blending in your eyeshadow properly is that you just have to start with the light to the darkest. So this is the outer corner of the eyes, and I want to achieve that smoky effect. Do you get? I want to achieve that smoky effect. So I'm going to the next darker shade. Like this one I'm using now is a little bit darker than the first one. The first one is brown. It's a shade of brown, but it's not as dark as the second one. So that's exactly what I'm doing. So whatever eyeshadow palette you're using, you just have to look for the eyeshadows that in brown, that are in different shades, that are darker than each other. So as you proceed, it gets darker as you proceed. You get? So that's exactly how you're blending it, and you're blending it bit by bit, like portion by portion. If not, you will just have ash line all over your face. Do you get? This is another shade of brown, and it's darker than the previous one we used. And you see how I build the intensity of that smoky effect. So that's because I had a lot of questions about this eyeshadow tutorial. How did you get this smoky effect? What shade of eyeshadow did you use? What kind of eyeshadow did you use? So this is me just answering all these questions. Then this is a clean brush that doesn't have an eyeshadow on it, and I'm using it to blend in a brow bone, so that there is no demarcation. Everything has to blend in effortlessly. Going into the other side of the eyelid, I'm going with this brown in the Blossom eyeshadow in the shade African Queen. But this brown, this particular nude, wasn't really giving me what I want, so I went in with the silver mark and I chose that particular brown there. Then I used it, dust off the excess, and I used it, and okay, it was nice. It was better off. The nude was coming together. Do you get? The intensity of the nude I was going for was coming together, and I went in with a lighter nude at the inner corner of her eye. So this tutorial is so detailed. Like I make sure I show you guys the exact shade I'm using. So if you want to recreate these eyes, feel free to pause the video, play, replay. Do you get? So that you can see for yourself the particular shade of eyeshadow I use. And this is the nude eyeshadow in Huda Beauty, and I'm using that first one up there, yes, to add closer to the smoky effect, just to give it a pop of color a bit. And it came out so nice. So whatever color you apply on the eyelid, you blend it in. blend it in. We must not see where one color started and where the other color ended. Everything has to synchronize, everything has to be together, everything has to be like it is just magically one color, but you shall know that it's not one color, that different colors, but you just can't tell where each of them starts and end. Do you understand? So we are getting a very flawless. So this is a clean brush. I didn't use any of the brushes I used to blend. Do you get? So I'm just making sure that every side is blended in properly. And this is the eyes. See how beautiful and luscious this eyes is. You can see. Then after blending in the eyeshadow properly, I went in with the Tehila gel liner, the black gel liner for her waterline. So I'm using this small brush from Vika Bell to line our waterline and also to line lash line as well. I also use this Tehila black liner to line tight line underneath our lash line. Do you understand? So with these eyes, I'm just being careful because I didn't want a bold liner. So I just make sure that that I'm just extremely careful so that it doesn't come out so bold. So I'm using the smaller brush to smoke that black liner I applied at the eye. So I don't want the eyes to have a wing. So I'm smoking it outer and blending it into the eyeshadow space. You understand? Into the eyelid. So I'm blending it into the eyelid. I smoke it out. I blend it into the eyelid. See the way I'm doing it, like, so at the end of the day, it's having the effect of a wing liner, but it does not actually have a wing liner. That's exactly what I was going in for, and I was just blending it into the eyes. At this point, I'm lining a tight line. It takes the grace of God to get people who can stand the test of this liner. There are some people that really can't stand this. So if you are with people that can't stand this, you just have to bear with them. But see, my model, she was able to stand it, and I was very grateful to her because it always makes the eyes come out colorful and beautiful. And just take a good look at the eyes with the lashes fixed and with the underneath the eyes, that's the waterline lined. I had an experience with a model who, when I was applying eyeliner under her eyes like a waterline, it was just a complete mess up. Do you get? Some people's eyes are that sensitive and everything came out beautiful. So using that same shade of eyeshadow from the Huda Beauty, I'm smoking under a waterline. Do you understand? That's whenever you do a matte eyeshadow, I always love the outcome when the under eyes is smoked. It always creates a better effect. I don't know how to explain that, but it always creates a better effect. Do you get? So I'm just smoking underneath the eyes. So I'm not going to smoke it all to the front. I'm not going to smoke it all to the beginning, no. So this is just the part I'm smoking it very, very well. So now we're done with the eyeshadow, and now this is for the brows. So this, for me, is the easiest form of drawing your brows, seriously. So I use a mixture of a black gel liner and a brown brow pomade. The gel liner is from Tehila. The brow pomade is from Eggy and Esther. To trace the line for her brow bone. So that one is taken care of already. So I've not drawn the top of the brows. So I'm just using my pencil to create an effect of the strand of hairs. Do you understand? Effect of the strand of hairs, filling in the sparse area. When I'm done, then I connected the top part with my brow pencil. I'm using the Davis brown pencil, so I'm connecting it with my brown pencil, and wow, it is mind-blowing. It is beautiful, as easy as that. And that is the end of the look, guys. Everything came out beautiful. Thank you guys for watching this video to this point. I love you guys so much. Please don't forget to hit the subscribe button, like this video as well, and drop your thoughts in the comment section. I'll be very much grateful to see what you have for me. God bless you. Until I meet you in my next video. Bye bye.